Stuart, back for another update. It's been about 4 weeks since we last spoke.
Yeah.
Quite a lot's happened since, so we'll start with Greenock in the quarter-final.
Yeah, bowed out. I think on the night the better team won. Don't think we're at our best. It'd be easy to make excuses, but I can't fault the boys for their effort in terms of what they put in the game. It's a long way to go. Gave us everything on the night. Greenock a big strong side, and they were impressive, dangerous going forward, and kind of gave us a lot of problems. But again, I can't fault the boys in their effort. I think the better team won on the night. In the game itself, I felt we probably started a bit slowly, and that probably did hamper us a wee bit. And we conceded maybe 18 minutes, 20 minutes, maybe I want to say. But just before half time, we had a good wee spell. Didn't score, probably on top just before half time. And second half, we started well, and they scored. They scored a good goal in the second half. So we conceded at poor times and probably didn't score in the wee periods that we were on top. But I say it's we'll go on to it in terms of what we've still got left this season to play. But it leaves a lot of memories this season because it was an incredible cup run. Beat Easterhouse on penalties, St Anthony's, and clearly the big night against Spartans. So amazing run, but it does have to come to an end at some point. Unfortunately, it was a quarter final, but beaten by a good team, no complaints. But no complaints to the boys either because they gave us absolutely everything that night.
Despite the scoreline, Allan was man of the match that night.
Aye, tremendous. I feel he's got stronger and stronger across the season. I think that was now his third man of the match of the year, if I'm not mistaken. He was really good in the air, good in the deck, made good decisions. Again, someone who came in at the start of the season that I think just needed a bit of backing in terms of belief that he was good enough to go and play at this level, and he clearly is. He's been tremendous, and I'd say he's got better and better across the season. So one of our strongest performers and did really well that night.
It was back to league business. Trip down here from Dalkeith.
Yeah.
How was that one?
We were really good that night. I think it's easy to go and play these teams and teams toward the bottom end of the table and to potentially take the foot off the gas. But I thought we were tremendous. Dalkeith, again, what I would say, only one goal difference in the two times we've played them, but significantly better from last time we played them. And people question that, but I thought we had to work for our goals. A lot of our goals that night were really good. Good pieces of play, good passages of play, really good bits of movement, and I thought we played really well. A few people said to me that night that that's kind of the best performances of the season in terms of chance creation. So I was really happy with that night. It's easy to just go and win a game and just not kind of look over it too much, but I thought we were really good, played some really nice stuff, and I thought we thoroughly deserved to win. But I was pleased with the outcome, but particularly the performance.
Gregor Goldie scoring a hat-trick that night.
Aye. Delighted for Gregor. I think obviously it's been frustrating with him with his injury, and that's probably the biggest injury that he's ever had in his kind of youth career. And I'm just delighted that when he's playing he's scoring again, and I'm sure we'll go on to it. But he was really good that night, particularly when you think of Greg, you think of just raw kind of pace and he'll always want to get him behind, but his movement was really good. He linked the play as well, and he was a danger all night. But particularly you look at his goals that night, and all three of them were really good finishes, really nice and composed. So I suppose that's the beauty of him, kind of obviously being a first team player, but he's still young enough to go and play 20s, and I think that's the beauty of it. Come and play, go and score, and build his confidence and feel like the man when he's coming back into kind of the first team environment as well.
And then we've got a new sponsor for our new polo shirts as well.
Yeah.
Blueprint. Yeah,
just incredibly grateful to Karen and Gary particularly for what they give us, and clearly already they're the kind of the jumper sponsors, so Blueprint's in the back of them. And got a text from, I think it was Karen, who'd actually said, listen, is there anything you need? And it's not often you actually get that from a sponsor offering money, especially in the current climate. So incredibly grateful. Like, to put perspective on it, like, I wouldn't go into what, but Karen texted me after kind of the Greenock game after we got beat, just said a nice message as well. And coming from a sponsor, that means a lot as well. So Incredibly grateful in terms of the backing, and not just Blueprint, but Stacey Group as well, and the supporters club who are on the back of the strips. But I think it's easier. It sounds like I'm coming off speaking off a sheet, but the backing that the 20s have got and continue to get is remarkable. So incredibly grateful, but particularly to Blueprint, who have now sponsored the match day polos, as well as kind of all the coaching staff and the jumpers that we have. So no, very, very grateful, thank you.
And then it was a very tricky away tie in the league, up to Whitehill.
Aye, it's funny because again, I feel in all these updates I always just say it's a difficult game. It was a difficult game for a number of reasons. I probably didn't realise until we got there. It was incredibly windy, same for both teams, but it makes it difficult to play a lot of football when it is that windy. I felt on the night, I thought we deserved to win the game. I felt out of the two teams, I thought we probably created the better chances. The goal that we scored in the second half, our opening goal, sorry, good piece of football again. Dan Hall does really well to break into the box and cuts the ball back brilliantly for Gregor to score again. I think particularly for me that night, which is probably a big testament to the squad and how they're playing, is the fact that Whitehill scored a free kick, and in the second half we were playing into the wind. I think virtually 4 or 5 minutes later we got up the other end and go and equalise. Take the lead, but Adam's free kick. So on another night when you have been ahead and you do score to go ahead into the wind, you're going, right, let's kick on. Then we got pegged back after they scored to go and score again so quickly after it. I think just shows kind of the character this group's got and why they're on this run of form that they are. It's another result that you look at on paper and you go, how have they managed that? How have they managed this turnaround? And I think I'll go on it, but the group deserve a lot of credit to continue to be churning out results and performances. I think particularly the Whitehill game, and we'll go into the Musselburgh game, but defensively we just look so much better than we did last season. That's no slight on the boys we had last year, but as a unit, look more organised, look kind of more compact and more difficult to break down. So no, massive result, and in the grand scheme of things it was really important, as all of them still to come are, but big result that night, yeah.
And from one Goldie brother to the other, was Finlay Goldie was man of the match that night?
Again, I think Finn's had 3 now. First season again at 20s, just turned 17. He was up against a laddie who scores a lot of goals, and I think he scored at least one against us the last time we played them here, and maybe one against us at Ferguson Park as well. But Finn's not a big centre half in terms of height, but he's so strong. He's well known that he's absolutely rapid as well. But one headers, he was there going sweeping and covering as he usually does, and it was funny because that partnership that we had that night is the same partnership that was at the previous club, playing 17s last year. So the two of them were tremendous, him and Thomas at centre half, but Finn was particularly good that night in terms of the way he covered, the way kind of his recovery defending was just tremendous. So again, big credit to Finn. When I saw him last year playing 17s, and knew he was capable, but he's been like a duck to water, pardon the pun, but he's been brilliant this year, been top class.
You already mentioned it, but there was the first of our double header against Musselburgh last Friday night.
Aye. Big result again, keep saying it, but it's another one ticked off and another kind of proof of progress. I think that now takes us to 12 points more than what we were last season. When we played Musselburgh last season, couldn't get a point off them. I think we lost 2-1 and 3-2. And they're a big, strong side. They're probably the closest side that you'll get to a men's side in comparison to other 20s teams. They've got a lot of goals in them. They want to play football at points as well. So it was going to be a difficult game. But again, I felt, probably watching it back, I've probably changed my opinion a wee bit from on the night. I do feel we've had the better chances in terms of, if you look at the game, the quantity of times our strikers been through one-on-one or gilt edge opportunities, but Musselburgh have had opportunities. When it was 3-2, I think forward Josh Murray, I think he's got a volley for the edge of the box, it's just put over, and then a couple of minutes later we win a corner, and then we go and make it 4. So they just have chances again against Whitehill. Again, I think they hit the bar with a couple of minutes to play, so these are wee bits of luck that we probably are getting now, but I think over the course of the season you earn your luck through your hard work and maybe decisions you don't get at other points of the season, so it all evens itself out. But I felt our hard work deserved the result, and I felt in spells we played some really good stuff. Our third goal was just brilliant, absolutely brilliant piece of football. Lyle turns the ball over, drives forward, Allan plays a brilliant pass, and again scores a really well taken goal, a goal that he scored a few of now this season. Well, running joke that I think he can play higher up, and as a kind of like attack, well, an 8 or someone who's a bit more box to box, but he's scoring goals and he's playing really well now.
Speaking of him there, you got man of the match.
Aye, very good. And as I say, he's been a player that I think last season, like, he's always had ability, Adam. He always has. But I think this season particularly, he's really kicked on. Like, his decision making in possession's been better this year. I think he's had 15 assists and 11 goals now in 40 odd games, which as a midfielder is a really good contribution. But I think he's also using the physicality a bit more as well. So, I think he's done really well. And on Friday, his goal's crucial. He's involved in that goal in terms of the set, what a lovely pass, and in our general play, he's involved in a lot of it. So, really good performance, and probably over the last few weeks he warrants that as well, because again he scored the winner the week before against Whitehill, and he's been generally really good as well. So, hopefully more the same at the next week as well.
Now it's obviously the second header against Musselburgh.
Yeah.
This Friday coming.
Massive game. We try and give you incentives every week in terms of try and keep this run going. The incentive this week is if you win, you go joint top of the league. So with 3 games to go, so we know what we're up against. Musselburgh coming down here try to avenge last week, and they're a really good team. They've beaten Harrington, they've beaten Penicuik, so we're under no illusions at the difficulty of the task on Friday. It'll be a difficult game, and this group just seem to continue to thrive and continue to kind of get better and better. We've said to them now, listen, we've got in a position, we've got 4 games to go, win every game, it's in our hands, we can win the league. There's nothing to be nervous about, but we do have an opportunity. So we're on Countess Park on Friday, so hopefully we'll get a good backing down as well to kind of support the lads. We've not been on it a lot this year, purely just because of the weather and things, so we've not had a lot of luck there, but no blame anyone, but we've probably just not had the luck in terms of the weather. So hopefully get a good crowd down, get a good feel, a lot of the Colts kids down as well, but particularly for the boys is to go and get kind of that community kind of side of it behind us again. I remember we played Newton Grange here, and it was pouring rain that night. But we had like mascots and things, and I heard a comment. It was along the lines of kind of like, it's not a cup final. Why is this going on? It's particularly for the boys. I think 70% of all it formerly played for the Colts. So it's about getting that community behind them and getting people to support them. Eventually, runs do come to an end. But for us, we've got full belief as a coaching team, as a management team, that doesn't have to finish this season. We could win the last 4, we could win the league, but let's try and get a good backing to go and support them and what we've got left. Because for their efforts, the boys are here on merit. They're the ones who have done this. They're the ones who have got themselves into these positions. They're the ones who have turned up to train every week. They're the ones who have turned up to on Friday and listened to instructions and put everything in they can and ultimately improved. So they deserve the backing. They deserve support. So if you can, please come down and support them on Friday. It'd be great.
And just finally, Stuart, in your last 10 league games, you've taken 28 points out of 30.
Yeah,
that is quite the run.
It is, and I say runs do eventually come to an end, but there's no reason why it has to come in soon, because they've beaten teams this year that, for example, beaten Spartans. You've beaten teams this year that have, in a sense, had we've had a monkey on our back a bit of Harrington. We couldn't beat them. We beaten them. Then they beat Musselburgh last year. We beaten them on Friday. Whitehill again. We'd lost already twice till this season. So there's been loads of games this year that have been really tough games, and that doesn't change. The last 4 are all incredibly tough. Taking nothing for granted from Musselburgh. They were a good team, and they could have easily taken something from the game on Friday when I was at 3-2. But it doesn't change anything. We've got something to play for at the minute, and the boys have got a bit between their teeth. So finish the season and win the next 4, win the league. it'd been an incredible achievement. We're incredibly proud of them in terms of how far they've come this year. Anything extra from what we've achieved already this year is just added bonus, added kind of added credit in the bank. So every single game that we play now, and it's added progress that we've got. I feel that, we're already 12 points ahead of where we were last year. The teams around us, so you look at, for example, Penicuik, Whitehill, Hutchie, albeit I realise Hutchie are a very different team this year. Preston below that. They've all had established 20 teams for a long time, and so kind of our message now is, well, we're not daft in the sense that Finlay, and the significance of Friday's result was that the league's in our hands. We win every game, last 4 games, end of the season, we win the league. Which, if you say it now, is quite a mad thought, to be honest. But the last 4 games, you've still got Musselburgh to beat at home, which will be a very difficult game on Friday. Penicuik at home, again, playing the league leaders, difficult game. Tynecastle away, which will be tricky, and Community here as well. So 4 really difficult games, but for us, there's no pressure. There's no pressure. The teams around us are more experienced than us in terms of this level, and we know every game now to end the season is going to be really difficult. It's 4 cup finals essentially for us. See how close we can get. But we know we've got a chance. Starting on Friday. Here's hoping, but I've got every faith that we can go and do it, because they've been on a magnificent run, and they've earned it themselves. So looking forward to seeing what the last 4 kind of hold for us.
Well, Stuart, thanks for the update, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.